any of these relation goes against the norm and is actually a troublemaker or doesn't support you during the time of your crisis, then obviously you feel disheartened, you feel frustrated, you feel sad, and you may even feel angry because of the feeling of being let down. Please like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and please press the bell icon so that you get to know when my latest video has come. And to learn more and to find a video relevant to you, please do check out my videos list. Hello, namaskar and adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel, Astro Assurance. Now, why is it that some of the relationships are more challenging for others than for everybody else? For example, in general, we find the relationship with the mother is supposed to be a very caring, soothing, loving, affectionate, and the most supportive of relationships. However, we also hear horror stories from many people that my relationship with my mother is not great. Somebody may even use abusive words for the mother, God forbid. And some of them may not have a mother, and they may not be on speaking terms with the mother. And it could also mean that they are so angry with each other that they don't want to even see each other's faces. So why I'm giving this example of the mother is because if this particular relationship is the most trying or one of the most trying relationships or goes against the grain of not being as supportive as that you expect from them, then you can truly understand that there is a karmic thread which is continuing over your past life, and that karmic thread is giving you those blemishes on the relationships. And it is not the relationship of the mother alone. All these relationships, usually the Gemini Karakas, the Atma Karaka, the Amatya Karaka, the Dara Karaka, the Putra Karaka, all lives the Bhatra Karaka, all of these are the very karmic relations. So the relationships such as father, mother, children, spouse, siblings, and close friends are usually very karmic relations, and the thread continues. And if you have a karmic debt towards them, then you need to pay off the karmic debt. And if they have a karmic debt towards you, then they will come in your current life in some relationship or the other, and they will then pay off the karmic debt to you. If that karmic debt is a good debt that they owe you, then they will be more supportive to you, they will be more loving and caring for you, and they will be very strongest pillars in your life, and through that they may give off some negative karmic debt towards you. Or these people may be at the receiving end of your behavior, your nastiness, and you creating trouble for them because they owe you some debt and they are not being that supportive which they should actually be, and because they still need to pay off the karmic debt, so they are the receiving end of the issues that you create for them, the animosity that you show to them, and the less support and care that you show to that relationship in their time of need. And so if your run-in is with a certain relationship almost through your life, then you can be rest assured that the karmic debt towards the relationship is much higher. So keep this in mind. A relationship which troubles you the most, you have a karmic debt, a heavy karmic debt towards the relationship, and that's why the relationship is a cause of concern and troublemaking and the nastiness in your life. So if a relationship is continuously and over a period of time giving you those vibes, then think again about that relationship and think back and see that there may be issues that may be carrying on from an earlier thread of life. And don't always assume that you are the good person and the relationship of that particular person is bad. There could be something really nasty, evil debt or karmic debts that you are carrying, and you need to pay off that, maybe by being at the receiving end of their nastiness. So keep that in mind. The easiest way to avoid challenges with a relationship is to be good to these close relationships, and when you are close and you're good to these people, the karmic that you are carrying, and to every one of these relations, some other karmic debt we always carry, and vice versa. So when you're good to all these relations, the close relations, then you are, by being good, you're giving off the negative karmic debt that you are carrying. And allow people to be good to you, but also allow people to be nasty to you in these relations, at least to some extent. And when you allow people the room, the space, even a bit of nastiness, then you allow them also to equate or equalize the karmic debts that you are carrying for them, and vice versa. And so they are also shedding the negative energies, and they are also acquiring the positive energies. So if somebody is being nasty towards you in any of these relations, then you may be having a heavy debt towards them, and through being nasty on you, you are shedding your karmic debt. But if you are good to them in return, you will find that they will soften towards you, and by being good to you towards them, you are adding the good prarabdha karma, and through that you are shedding the karmic debt. So if a relationship is a challenging relationship for you, then usually the relationship will be challenging or most challenging when many significations add the negativity towards it. Say, for example, the relationship with the mother will be defined by the moon, which is the significator of the mother, then the fourth lord, and also through the Gemini Sutras. If you are not able to see that they align, for example, moon is very, very strongly placed, but the fourth lord is in a challenge, then you will find that you will find some balance between the two. There will be times when you will find your relationship with the mother will have the troughs and crests, will have the ups and downs, will have the moments. There may be some nastiness, there may be some love and affection also, and you may have more upheavals in your relationship with the mother than somebody else because of this. If it is the spouse, then the Dara Karaka comes into the equation, the planet with the lowest degrees in your horoscope, and thus the seventh lord, that is also the spouse. And then if you are a man, then Venus is also the Karaka. So if you find that all the three, seventh lord is in an affliction or afflicted, Venus is in affliction, as well as your planet which is the lowest in degrees, the Dara Karaka, that is also afflicted, then the challenges with the spouse will be more. Then you can also think that there may be a lot of karmic debt that you're carrying, and you need to pay off. So in your horoscope, look for signs which relationship is the more troublemaker in terms of the significators. If Sun is the troublemaker for you through being afflicted in the horoscope, then it could be the relationship with the father. But it could also be by terms of Sun being a leader, authority figures, then it could also be managers and supervisors. And it could also be sometimes your gurus. Then you need to add the other Karakas. For example, for a Scorpio ascendant native, you will find that Sun is the 10th lord. And if Sun is afflicted, then the relationship with the father may not be so challenging. But Sun being the 10th lord, the relationship with your supervisors and managers could be the ones which cause trouble for you, and from time to time. And generally, all bosses will not be the troublemakers for you. You may find one boss which is slightly more challenging for you to deal with than the others. And usually in the dasha of the 10th lord, especially if the 10th lord is afflicted, especially in the case of Scorpio ascendant native, with that being the Sun, then there could be more trouble during the Sun's dasha and also the Sun's antar dasha rather than any other dasha. Plus, if there are afflictions on the 10th lord or on the 10th house, or bad aspects on the 10th house, then too the relationship could be a challenging one for you. So when you add 2 or 3 significators together, then you can say which is the relationship which is the troublemaking relationship for you. But more than the troublemaking relationship, which you can anyways know by virtue of experiencing them on a day-to-day basis, what is also important is to know which of this relationship will stand by you in the times of need. Sometimes one of your closest friends may not be available to you during your tough times and you may feel let down. And sometimes a sibling with whom you have huge challenges all your life suddenly becomes the one who's the troubleshooter for you, or the one who shields you the most or helps you the most. Sometimes at work, there could be a colleague with whom you have a run-in, you have challenges, But at the time of your need, when a project needs to be done, and that particular colleague who you had issues, that person may come forward and help you the most. So it's important to understand also which relationship in your time of your need will be the strongest pillar of support for you. Say for example, if you have an issue with the sibling, but you may not have with all the siblings, then check if the sibling is younger, then see the status of the third house lord, and also see the status of Mars. Mars also denotes siblings, and see the relationship and how both are afflicted. If both are afflicted, then the chance of that you getting more trouble from your siblings is higher than the others. If it's in the 11th lord, then 11th lord determines or denotes the elder sibling, and so the challenge with the elder sibling will be more. But if the connection is to the second house, then the connection will be even more. Here I'm not bringing in finances, because the connection between the second house and the 11th house is a good connection from a finance point of view. Here we are talking about relationship. But if the 11th house is in trouble state in the second house, for example, then the challenge with the sibling will be more than that of general society, or with friends will be more, because 11th house also denotes friendship or social connections, or your societal network. So see the connections and see whether it is the Bhatrukaraka also, then the challenges will be more. If not, then the challenges will be less. If you have a challenge regularly with a relationship with that of the father, then check the connection between the affliction of the 9th house lord, or planets, negative planets or malefic planets in the 9th house, the status of the sun, and also see the Jaimini Sutras, how strong or weak they are. But also see how you are behaving towards them. Because as I said, many of the negative karma that the relationship has towards you, or vice versa, can be reduced to a large extent by you treating the relationship very well. So if you have problems with the father, then there could be a karmic debt you are carrying towards the father, and that's why the relationship is throwing challenges at you. So treat the father very well, be more patient with the father, give a patient ear to the father, especially if he's complaining or being cynical towards you or negative towards you. And you'll find that because of your good behavior, your good treatment towards the relationship, you are shedding the karmic debt, and then you are softening the harder aspects of the relationship. And over a period of time, especially when the planet matures or goes toward the maturity years, you'll find the relationship becomes more smoother and better, and these relations will stand by you. Sometimes, how do we know whether you can trust a certain relations? Sometimes we feel we can trust the father, sometimes we feel we can trust the spouse. What happens if you run into a challenge with the spouse? And if you want to go your separate ways, then the spouse will not be as goody-goody to you anymore. There could be litigations, there could be claims and counterclaims on property, shared property, and so on. And hence, it is important for us to, before you get into a relationship which is not naturally being given to you, like that of a father, mother, or siblings, then you choose the relationship very, very well. Because if you have a challenge in the 7th house lord, bad aspects on the 7th house, malefic aspects, presence of a Rahu or a Ketu there, and the Karaka of the 7th house relationship, for example, if you're a woman and Jupiter is afflicted, 7th lord is afflicted, the Dharakaraka is afflicted, then be very, very careful who you choose as a spouse, because then you will have regular run-ins with the spouse. And sometimes initial years the relationship is good, but if it runs into a lot of troubles, then that relationship could haul you to courts, may make claims on you, and they could be the reason of lot of issues in your life. And so make a choice very, very well, especially of those relations which you make a choice for. For example, be very, very careful who you make a friend. Be very, very careful who you make a spouse. Close friends definitely are a very, very important relationship, because many times relationships are not supportive for you, but friends become a good support. So be careful of who you allow into the closest coterie, who you trust the most, who you call your best friends, and whether they truly deserve that confidence that you have in them. So look at 2 or 3 karakas together, look at the strength, look at the dignity of the planets, look at your own experiences towards them before you make a choice whether you can trust them enough or not, and whether they will be the people who will stand by you or not. And if you think that you want these relations to be truly close to you and for a long period of time, treat them very well, treat them with dignity, give them a longer rope, be patient with them, give them a lot of space, expect less from them and do more for them, and be grateful for even the less that they do for you, and don't be arrogant if you are contributing more towards them than they towards you, because then the relationship will be better. You will have more love and affection in your life, you will have more support in your life, you will be able to shed the karmic debt, and you will not feel lonely or let down when the challenging times come. So friends, look into your own horoscopes and decide for yourself what relations are the strongest for you, which relations you need to improve through your attitude through your behavior, sometimes through a simple apology that you may need to do to them to improve the relationship, and who will stand by you in your really tough times and in your trying times. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the links given below. Until some other time with some other video, this is your astrologer friend and guide signing off.